Ourselves of being out here looking so lovely today. We got a full row of just almost bald heads in the front. Okay, I like that. I like that. You're starting off right. What's going on with me, man? I really love scary movies. Scary movies is one of my favorite things to do. My favorite scary movie is Paranormal Activity. If you haven't seen this movie about a family being haunted by a ghost, right? My problem with Paranormal Activity is the ghost is always in the suburbs, like it's got a standard of living. I just want to know what it'd be like for the ghost to haunt in some low-income situations. So I'm from a trailer park, and I know that'd be a completely different movie. Ghosts won't have no furniture to move around. Lights ain't never on, you can't flicker the lights. Somebody grandma come from the back like, look, if you're gonna stay here, you need to pay some rent, all right? That's... Ghosts end up moving out like, forget that, this is too much. They got me trying to get a job. It's real, man. You know what? Watching so many scary movies is like affected me now. Like I'm still like low-key afraid of the dark. Like it's not extreme. I just don't like pitch black situations. Like say for instance, man, what's your name? Anoli. All right. Say me and you we're in a serious relationship. No offense, brother. He like, where you going with this, son? Say me and you was in a serious relationship, and I heard you screaming in the back in a pitch black room, right? God is intended for you to die that day. I'm sorry. That's because if he wanted you to live, if he wanted to send me to come and get you, I know that for sure. She will be missed. That's what she's gonna get. That's it. It's an interesting situation, man. Like I feel like it's a humbling situation when you gotta introduce your night lights to your girl. Like when me and my wife first started dating, she came in, she was like, what's that? I was like, oh, that's a Martin Luther King Memorial fluorescent. That's what that is. It's a nightlight. Okay, that's fine. It's scary times right now, man. Trump is president, doing what he does. Y'all good with that? Y'all straight? You know what? Hate him or love him, man. You gotta respect the fact this may be the most gangster president we've ever had in the United States. This man fired the head of the FBI in the middle of an investigation. Didn't care how guilty he looked. He just did it, right? That's like you breaking up with your girlfriend as soon as she found out the password to your phone. It's the same thing. Wait, hold on. Before you open that, we done. Nah. You gotta catch me at the evidence when we together first. It was broken up, it didn't count. Interesting campaign, man. It was an interesting campaign. But you know, because it really showed us that racism was still a hot topic in 2017, right? It's a hot topic. But I feel like we're getting a little better, man. We're getting more just aware, more conscious, more PC. I feel like some people are just too PC. Like some white people, they don't even like saying the word black no more. I was with this guy the whole time. He was like, oh, yeah, I have a lot of friends that are hip-hop. I was like, you mean black, bro? It's like, well, I didn't say all that. I didn't want to be racist or anything. I was like, it's fine, bro. Just say black. It's not offensive. It's cool. All right, if you insist, I'll give it a shot. Nigga, wait, hold on. Wait, how you just skip like 3 build-up words? You got Negro, colored. You can't pick up a football and just play in the NFL. It don't work that way. It's baby steps. I don't know what came over me. It felt so right. I don't know. Before stand-up, I used to work full-time as a pharmacist. A real pharmacist for the racists in the building. Just had a conversation about this. My guy here was like, oh, he's for sure selling weed. That's what that means now. I know. Now, I did it the right way, man. I went to school, got my doctorate. It's the funny thing about working in the pharmacy. A lot of guys act completely different when they come to pick up certain prescriptions, like Viagra, right? Look, I'm not here judging nobody. All of our dicks gonna start working one day. Some sooner than others. I just don't think the transaction should look like a drug deal. That's all I ask. This how they come in the pharmacy, like, there you go. Gave me the bird call. I recognize the guy. Come over like, how you doing, Mr. Brown? I'm like, you don't lower your voice right now. Yeah, my business in the streets. I don't know who watching, all right? Got his prescription. See if you can get that for me. I didn't know if he wanted a prescription or crack at this point in time. I was ready for anything. So I get it. See this for Viagra. I go whip it up in the back. I bring it back out to him. Put the pill on the bottle. I put the bottle on the table. He picks the bottle up, holds it in the air. He goes, is it all there? Bro, it's 3 tablets. I don't know how else to count that for you. Then he gives me like the most awkward hug ever. He's like, come here, bro, come here. I appreciate you. And Black Lives Matter. And just walked off. I was like, what? Messed me up, man. I swear I saw a commercial the next week. It said, headache, side effects include headache, nausea, and I was like, okay, it makes sense now. It makes sense. Guys, are y'all ready to keep this show going, man? Nah, y'all can do better than that, man. Are y'all ready to keep this show going? Because I'm excited, man. I'm super excited tonight. We got a big lineup of comics coming out to give y'all the funny. This first comic I'm going to bring out here, man, he's from D.C. Put your hands together for Isaac Hirsch.
Hi, I'm very thin. I'm 6'1". How much do you think I weigh, if you had to guess? 150? I weigh 120 pounds. Yeah, that's right. Bodies aren't supposed to be like that. Here's the thing, man. People think it's better to be as thin as I am than it is to be fat. But I'll tell you one thing fat guys can do that I could never do. Fat guys can pretend that they used to play sports. A fat guy can be like, yeah, I played football in high school, got scouted by a couple colleges once. That was a long time ago, though. I can't go, I was a high school basketball star. People will say, yeah, you must have been really good before that famine hit your village. They only fed us if we won, so. Right now, my job is that I'm an extra. I walk around in the background of TV and movies. Very easy job. Easiest job I've ever had. The one downside is that Hollywood will tell you exactly what you look like, and it does not care about your feelings at all. Here's how bad things have gotten. Last month, I was picked for my picture out of all the extras to be a kid in a wheelchair. That means they chose me over kids who were actually in wheelchairs. Somebody was just like, this guy's got a disabled face, let's roll with him. It was a pretty easy day. I was only in one scene. All I had to do was wheel past the actors and flip them off. That was it, and that was fun, and we did that once, and one of the actors came up to me and was just like, hey, man, that was really funny. You're great. I'm Michael. I was like, oh, I'm Isaac. Nice to meet you. We do a different take. Another actor comes up to me and is just like, hey, buddy, you're doing a great job. And I was like, wow, what a friendly set. And then I realized what you guys have already realized, which is that they thought I was actually in a wheelchair. And I couldn't get up for the rest of the day. I had to stay in the wheelchair. Because it would have been way more awkward if they're like, you're really brave. And I was like, thank you. That would have been terrible for everyone. So it was kind of cool. I got to go first in the lunch line. That was nice. And at the end of the day, I just had to be like, it's a miracle. Wow. I live here in LA now. I had a friend visit me from Portland, Oregon a couple months ago. First night he was here about 7 p.m. He goes, hey, man, I got to go to bed soon. I'm still jet lagged. I was like, Portland and LA are in the same time zone. He's like, yeah, I know that. And it turns out he just thought the act of getting on a plane makes you tired, and that's what jet lag is. Like, there's something about being in the sky where you're like, wow, I'm way too close to the moon right now. Time for bed. And it's dumb, but I get it, right? Because it's one of those things, you know? It's one of those things you believe as a kid, and then no one corrects you when you go into adulthood believing this thing, and then one day it comes out and you look really stupid, right? I'll give you an example. Until I was in high school, I thought the word horizontal was pronounced horizontal. And then one day in high school math class, I got up in front of the class. I was like, well, the vertical is 5 and the horizontal is 7. And everyone started laughing at me. And I was like, just kidding. The horizontal is not 7. It's something else. The worst one, I don't know how I came to believe this. I must have misinterpreted something I read as a kid. But I came to believe that everything gets bigger in the dark. Like everything just expands an inch or two at night. And this is not like a sex thing. I mean, I thought like furniture, everything gets bigger at night until I was 19. And I was talking with my friends, and one of them was like, hey, man, how tall are you? He was like, oh, about 6'1", but maybe 6'2" at night. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, you know how things get bigger in the dark? He's like, no, I don't know. That's not a thing. You're an idiot. Even now, I can't live it down. He'll call me up and be like, hey, man, just got a new TV, 52 inches, but at night, 55, easily. Not very good at dirty talk. I know you guys are looking at me like, wow, that guy must be amazing at dirty talk. Nope, not the case. I get advice. One guy was like, dirty talk doesn't matter what you say. It's all about tone. As long as you say it in a sexy way, that's dirty talk. And that might be true, but there are limits to that. Because I was with a girl and things were getting sexy, and she looked down at my pants and she was like, your dick looks so big. And I was like, yeah? Well, looks can be deceiving. And then we watched Gone Girl and did not have sex. That's how that night ended. Thanks so much, guys. I'm Isaac Hirsch.
Keep it going for Isaac Hirsch. Giving y'all sex keys to success. This next comic coming to y'all all the way from New York. Keep your hands going for Blaze Mancillas.
Where are my Mexican people at? Where the Mexicans at? Woo. All right, send them out. Send them back. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. I guess the wall's not working. Anyway, I'm half Mexican. I'm mixed. It's weird being mixed because my parents didn't really explain it to me. They didn't tell me that I was mixed. I just knew that some of my family was really fun and some of my family was really boring. We all know what side that was. Like, I go over to my white grandma's house. It's whatever. But I go to my Mexican grandma's house. It's awesome. House is always like a different color. The food is wrapped up in little blankets. It's delicious. All the women on TV have enormous breasts. I'm like, this is awesome. Like I thought being Mexican was like a lifestyle choice. I didn't know it was a race. I'm like, why don't more people be Mexican? It's more fun. White people, you know being Mexican is more fun because you guys like Cinco de Mayo. Am I right? Am I right, white people? You love Cinco de Mayo. Don't lie. You love any holiday where you can wear a silly hat, like crazy facial hair and get hammered, right? St. Patty's Day, yup. Cinco de Mayo, yup. SantaCon, here I am. Yeah, white people front of the line, all right. No? Okay, all right, here we go. But yeah, also, I'm racist. I'm racist, guys. I'm racist. And a hush goes over the crowd. Surprise. No, well, maybe I'm not racist. I feel like I'm just better at racism. Here, let me explain. Like I live in New York City, and like there's all kinds of people out there. My racism is very specific. So like if you just look at Latin people in New York City, we have people from Argentina, Puerto Rico, like fucking Colombia, all these different places, right? But you know what you call those people in Ohio? Mexicans. All of them. You just call them Mexicans. People from Thailand, Vietnam, Philippines, Mexicans. But I'm better than that. I'm like a connoisseur of racism, right? I have a defining palette for racism. So, like, my racism is oddly specific. Like, I can't stand 72-year-old Haitian women. I can't. They always take up, like, all the seats on the subway with their bags. I can't stand them. I can't stand 32-year-old Chinese guys that wear basketball shoes. I can't stand. They always want to fight you in the club. They always do. No? Okay, great. I can't stand big white guys. That's it. There's no joke there. I just can't stand you guys. I can't stand. Make fun of the white people. There we go. That's what works. Yeah. All right. So I'm mixed ethnicity, which is very confusing. I'm half Mexican, half white. It's very confusing, especially for Mexicans. I'll tell you why. Here's a little story. I went to this Mexican restaurant one time with my abuelita, which, if you don't speak Spanish, means little brown woman that sneezes loudly. And I go to this Mexican restaurant, and the waiter comes out, and he's like, "Bienvenidos a El Caballito, es la primera vez comer con nosotros." See, for real, I am Mexican. And then he says to me, "Welcome, sir, to the Little Horse. Is this the first time you eat with us?" And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, who do you think I am? Like, she didn't just roll up with her boyfriend. Like, she didn't bring the pool boy to lunch. Like, I don't know what you think is going on. This is a 90-year-old woman. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to smooth this out. So I'm like, I order in Spanish. So he takes my grandma's order, and I order. And I'm like, quiero 3 tacos de tripa, un plato de arroz, y para beber una horchata. And he says to my grandma, he's like, gracias, señora, un momento. And then he says to me, thank you, sir. One moment, please. Like, I can tell he's mad at me. He's like, fuck you, white boy. Like, I speak English. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm Mexican. Come on, hermanos. I speak Spanish. Come on. So this goes on for the whole meal. I speak Spanish. He speaks English. I speak Spanish. He speaks English. But, like, somehow his English gets better over the duration of the meal. Like, he starts to sound more white. Like, he sounds so white that he sounds like British for some reason. I don't really know why. So by the end of the meal, he's like, "Pardon me, sir, can I get anything more to eat?" And like, I don't just speak Spanish. I start to like up my Mexican game. Like, I grew up in the suburbs, but somehow I sound like the thuggest cholo there ever was. I'm like, "Dame más coronas, dale!" And like, this goes back and forth. Like, it's this weird game of like racial stereotype chicken, and like none of us want to budge. He's like, "Pardon me, so would you lower your voice? A family restaurant. Puta madre, dame más coronas. Puta, chúpame los huevos. Sir, calm down. Fuck you, man!" All right, I'm Blaze Mancillas. Gracias.
Keep it going for Blaze. It's quite impressed. That was some accurate racism. That was very accurate. I like that. This next comics, man, is coming to you all the way from Pennsylvania. Keep your hands going for Kyle Chrise.
Flappers! Hey, I'm Kyle. Yes, I'm still endorsing Hillary's 90s haircut. I've been told I look like Kurt Cobain and Mitch Hedberg covered everything in cheese. If you haven't figured out from this No Country for Old Men look, it's like I don't want to grow up yet, you know? Like, this could still be the year my band makes it. A little bit about me. I come from a part of Asia called Appalachia. Pennsylvania Appalachia, or as they call it now, Alt-Rightistan. All kinds of white people. That we got trailer trash, we got hillbillies, we got rednecks, we got Quakers, we got Mennonites, which are like really white Quakers. I got Polish, which are like white people wrapped in cabbage. But I don't get it, man. Like what is going on? You know, it's in the news. I saw it all the time. People rolling around with Confederate flags, like the South will rise again. It's like, dude, we're south of Pittsburgh. What the South? Actually, the South will rise again, and it will sound like this: Yo quiero USA. Right? It's like a deeper South, you know? Don't get it. Well, these people that are like all about the Confederacy, one of the biggest losers in world history, right? They lasted like 1860 to 1865. 5 years. I've got underwear that have lasted longer than that. I'm wearing them. These are my heritage briefs. Don't get it at all. But, you know, I think there's one thing we do have to give Trump credit for. He gets it right. He's been saying that drugs are now cheaper than candy, which, if you've been on these streets, you know it's true. These candy prices are fucking insane. I shop at all 3,000 7-Elevens in the Valley. So I know the standard candy price right now, $1.99. What? Like, some of you aren't shocked like me, but I know it's not the 50s where, you know, you can get a Cadillac for a nickel. But $1.99? Where's the, and they've swapped out, there's a conspiracy, because they've swapped out that old standard size. It's now, they call it the sharing size. Like, don't tell me what to do with my candy, all right? I could have a barrel of M&Ms. I'm not sharing them with anybody. Sharing size. They've just renamed it. It used to be called giant size, right? Which was kind of pretentious, right? Giant size, get down off your beanstalk, right? Giant size. I like my candy, I call it king size, right? Makes me feel like a king. You know, Henry VIII would have also eaten 10 Kit Kat. My least favorite candy size, right? We all know. Fun size. Fun size. It's never been fun to have less candy than someone else. Fun size. Should call it mean size, right? A fun size Snickers would be like the size of a Chevy with like twice the horsepower. No? Ford people, what? I don't know. So now we got the candy politics out of the way, right? A little bit more. I just this week celebrated my 8th anniversary, which is, I know, like, that's like forever in LA years, right? People are like, "What's your secret, Kyle?" Well, it took us 5 years to pay off the wedding, so I guess MasterCard is our secret. Actually, this is what I'm telling guys, if you're thinking about it. You know, marriage, it's one woman for the rest of your life, so don't get married unless you're absolutely certain that you have no game whatsoever. All right? All right, I'm Kyle Chrise. Thanks, guys.
Going for Kyle Chrise, everybody. He'll keep this show moving. Next comment's coming to you from Baltimore. Keep your hands going for Dan Marse-Kapr.
Thank you so much. Clap if you're here tonight. Sounds like most of you. You ever get excited because you think you lost weight? And then it just turns out the elastic in your pants broke? It's happened to me. I read this thing in the news back before the presidential election about this woman in Florida who got so offended by Donald Trump that she mailed him her pubic hair. And I was like, oh, come on, man. Now everyone's going to think I was copying her. It's crazy. I do live in Baltimore. My favorite thing about living in Baltimore is that we have the National Aquarium. I like the aquarium. I went there. I liked it so much that I paid to become a member, which meant that I could go to members-only aquarium events. Yes. If you've never been to a members-only aquarium event, I'll tell you what it's like. It's kind of like going to the aquarium. So check that out. If you're ever in Baltimore. My dad called me once to tell me some jokes that he had written for me to use. And I'll tell you my favorite one. This was an actual joke that my dad wrote. You know how women will be in the kitchen making chicken and just cutting all sorts of weird things off of it? Well, I don't know. That's it. After he told me, it was looping in my mind for days. I was like, what does that mean? Women in the kitchen making chicken. He was like, yeah, so if you want to use that in your act, you can. It's like, okay, I think I can work it in. I do like being a comedian. A lot of people, when they find out that I do this, they always say the same thing. They're like, oh, it takes a lot of balls to do stand-up comedy. Oh, that takes a lot of balls. How many is a lot? I checked with the other comedians. It only seems to take 2 or less. I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. I'm not even using mine right now, as far as I know. I'm kind of annoyed with journalists right now because they never ask Vice President Mike Pence the only question that I really want them to ask him, which is, Mr. Pence, how many people do you currently have trapped in your basement? Like, we haven't heard from Ben Carson in a while, you know? Although, let's be honest, Ben Carson probably trapped himself down there by accident, if I know him. I was born with a cleft palate, and as a result, there's a hole in the roof of my mouth. Ladies. Fellas, I don't care. I don't care. I dropped some cocaine into my ant farm, and they redid my whole kitchen. It's a pretty cool life hack. I've probably written some of my best jokes on cocaine, which is so stupid and irresponsible. Like, really should have just written them on paper. Just a waste. You know, as an awkward white man, I don't often throw around slang terms like baller. but I was antiquing the other day, and I came across the most exquisite melon baller you have ever seen. Wow. It was lit. I don't like sharing Tic Tacs with other people, so lately I've been keeping them in a prescription medicine bottle. I think I'm starting to freak out my coworkers, because I go through a lot of Tic Tacs in a day. And they're always like, Dan, are you okay? You're taking a lot of those. And I'm like, they're not for you! Office politics. Yeah. You guys like impressions? Yeah, me too. When I was a kid, my friends and I always played that game Cowboys and Indians. They'd always be like, oh, which one are you, Dan? Are you a cowboy or an Indian? And I'd say, I am a civil rights attorney. Like, you think the Cowboys are the biggest threat to the Indians? No, it's the federal government. It's a very intense game. I know that comedians are always supposed to end by telling you their best joke, but it's a special night, so I thought it'd be fun if I told you my worst joke. And I know you're all like, Dan, haven't you been telling us your worst jokes this whole time? But no, this is actually the worst joke that I have. You know how women will be in the kitchen making chicken? All right, you guys have been great. Thank you so much.
Tripping on the way out. Give it up for him, man. Damn Marse-Kapr. Your dad should do stand-up. I think that would be a great show. I would sign up for that. All right, man, this next comment's coming to you all the way from Nebraska. Keep it going for Pete Marr.
Oh, keep those hands together for George Burns, everybody. You don't get to say that very often. George Burns. Dig your flannel, dig your flannel. Good job, guys. Way to come out. Yeah. And I gave up being a contractor. My dream job to do stand-up. This is great. It's going really well. Love it. I was actually a contractor for 20 years. I still cannot watch home improvement shows. You know what I'm talking about? You know the shows that make you think you can remodel your house in 20 minutes like they do on TV? Load of crap. Total load of crap, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I used to host a few of these shows, and I always wanted to do like that real reveal at the end of the show, because we would have to do kitchen remodels in 2 days. All right? You can't do a kitchen remodel in 2 days, but you can make it look like you did. And we can bring them in at 4 in the morning and be like, guys, you ready to see your new kitchen? Yeah? Don't step on the tile. We just put it down 5 minutes ago. All right. Oh, you like this faucet? It's like a hood ornament. Shiny, not connected to anything. You want it? Cool. All right. You don't like the color? We'll wipe it off. It's totally fine. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are all on board with that. Very good. All right. Could you imagine waking up from a coma today and trying to figure out what reality is? I'm not talking about a regular coma. I'm talking like a good 6-7 year coma. Like if you went to sleep in 2010 and you woke up at 2 o'clock, just like, I think you would be as disappointed as Charlton Heston at the end of Planet of the Apes. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine just in a hospital like, oh, what time is it? Oh my God, it's 2017. Holy crap. Wow. The Simpsons are still on. Really? Okay. All right. Wonder how the Cubs are doing, my favorite team. Oh, they won the World Series first time in 100 years. Weed is legal. Holy crap. Nothing could trump how awesome this society is that I am living in. And why is Celebrity Apprentice on CNN? I don't get it. Why? Oh my God. Donald Trump is president? Really? Bruce Jenner's a woman? Bill Cosby's Rufy Huxtable? Oh my God. You maniacs. Damn you all to hell. Thank you. It probably wouldn't be that dramatic. It'd probably be a little less dramatic than that. I feel like I'm kind of a tween. You know what I mean? Tween in years. I'm like old enough to know what a VCR is, but not young enough to have to take an Instagram photo of everything that I do. You know what I'm talking about? Velociraptors. Let's talk about them. And when I say velociraptors, what I'm really talking about are like that young generation of people who are just constantly on their phone looking at Tinder all the time, just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, I first became aware of this in Las Vegas, all right? I was at the Venetian, because I'm a baller, all right? This isn't my best flannel. I got a better one at home. You guys know what I'm talking about. And there was like a whole pack of them. It was like a bachelorette party, and they were pack hunting for guys to buy them alcohol, you know what I mean? And there was this drunk one, wasn't hanging on very well, you know? She was falling behind, one heel in her hand, one heel on her other foot, and just like, make Tammy wait. And I had to do this. I just yelled out. I was like, shoot her! Shoot her! Yeah, look at you guys picking up a 1993 Jurassic Park reference. Good for you guys. The thing I love about velociraptors the most, bro-rangutans go apeshit when they show up, don't they? You know what I'm talking about. Bro-rangutans, shirts a little too tight. They're always hanging out on the hunt, just like, bro. So, bro. Bro. I'm glad you guys liked that one. That was good. That was really good. All right, you guys do. You guys are an amazing audience. We're gonna keep this show going, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Peter Marr. Thank you so much for coming out. We're bringing George Burns back up.
We're going for Pete Marr, everybody. All right, man, this next comic we're bringing up here. He's coming to you all the way from Louisiana. Keep it going for Chase Myers.
Keep it going for your host, everybody. I was at the grocery store the other day. I'm just like you guys. And I was going to check out, and there's a guy in front of me in line at the grocery store with a snake around his neck. And he was standing there like a man who didn't have a snake around his neck. Like he was standing there like it was totally normal. He was like, yeah, I woke up this morning, I put on my angry necklace, and now it's time to get milk. It's time to get milk. That's what he does. Totally normal. Not normal for me. Like I'm freaking out a little bit. Like I'm kind of scared of snakes. Like I don't play that. So I'm behind the dude, and I'm just trying to survive. You know, like I'm just trying not to make any quick movements or anything. I'm not taking any. Like I'm not making eye contact in case it's like a Medusa situation or something. I'm just sitting. I'm just trying to control myself and get my breathing in order. And it was at that moment that I realized what my favorite part of going to the grocery store used to be, and that used to be the 0% chance of a snake attack. Like, dude, I had no idea how good I've had it this whole time. I just been like fearlessly going get bread like nothing can happen to me, but apparently my life has been at stake this whole time. I keep my head on a swivel. And, like, he was just a regular dude, too. That's what bugged me about it. He wasn't, like, a background dancer or, like, Selma Hayek from that old movie that made me a man. Like, he was just a regular dude. He wasn't, right? Remember that movie? He didn't have a flute or anything. He was just a regular dude, just in there, just probably needs attention and sells cocaine, right? Right, room? They just tightened up on me? For real, I feel like if you have an exotic pet, you sell drugs. You definitely sell drugs. Like if you meet a dude and he has an iguana, right? That dude will sell you weed and pills. Like that's where you go to get that. So like iguana, that's like weed and pills. A snake, that's cocaine. A monkey, that's heroin. And if a dude has a tiger, that dude sells everything, right? Like that dude, that dude probably sells people. Like you can't get higher than tiger. Tiger's as high as it gets. Like you'll see snake and iguana dudes around. Those dudes are easy to find. Those dudes are in this room right now. Like that's no problem. But you'll never see tiger, dude. And now you're like, man, you have a very animal-based knowledge of drugs. And from the South, it's a little different, you know. When I was a kid, they gave me that toy. It's got all the animals on it, right? When you pull the string, it says what it does. And when I got it and I pulled the string, it was like, the monkey sells heroin. And I just kept that. I just kept that forever. It's never let me down. It's been right. I remember when I was a little kid, I'd go to Sunday school, right? Because I'm not a heathen. And, and when you go to Sunday school, they tell you that story of Adam and Eve, you know? And like, when they tell you that story, they make it sound like Eve is the bad guy in that story. You know, they make it sound like she did something wrong. They're like, Eve gave in to temptation, and she ate an apple, and then she gave that apple to Adam, and the world changed. It's like, yeah, but I think you're forgetting a very important part of that story, and that is the talking snake that is involved in that story. Like, let me explain something to you. There is nothing that a talking snake could ask me to do that I wouldn't do. If, like, all a snake wants you to do is eat the fruits, keep the doctor away, that was a good interaction with the snake. You know, like, not a lot of people have made it that far. You should feel proud of yourself. You're kind of a hero on the snake. You really are. Like, if you ever work somewhere that has a cash register, right? Like, they tell you, like, hey, if somebody comes in here and tries to rob the place, you just give them the money, right? You just give them the money. We have cameras that see everything. You're valuable to this company. Just give them the money, right? I feel like that's the way Eve felt when she saw that snake. She's like, you know what? I'm just going to eat this apple, and I'll talk to my boss about it later. Because surely he doesn't want me to fight a snake on my orientation day. Like, I'm one of 2 employees that work here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very valuable to what we're building here. Like, he needs me. And by the way, he saw all this. He knows what happened. It's going to be cool. And then God took his head out of his office. He's like, Eve, can I see you for a moment? Yeah. So we're going to write you up. Sorry. But yeah, so your punishment is actually you're now responsible for birthing all the new employees that are going to work here. And also, you should probably put some clothes on. There's a dress code now. Things have changed. Guys, I'm Chase Myers. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Chase, man. Letting us know how Eve got fired from Ralph's grocery store. This next comic coming to you guys, coming from all the way from Kansas City. Put your hands together for Matt Payton.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we got some people over here. Some people over here. Not sure where to direct my mountains of charisma. Guess I'll just try to spread it evenly like a prism. Make a Sistine Chapel out of here. One of the young ladies serving drinks and food just alerted me that I look like I could be my own dad. So I have to give myself a stern talking to. Coffee, good. Just to give you an idea of what kind of person I am, I do everything in life reluctantly, including this set, and you know, I'm a really reluctant guy. I just now got used to jeans. Sure. No, I'm so reluctant that I'm the last to join everything, even. I didn't get a cell phone until 2007. Didn't watch The Sopranos until it was off the air already. Just now joined Twitter. So look forward to 5 years from now when I get a fidget spinner and start eating ass. Yeah. Mark your calendars for 2022. I guess I'm reluctant because I feel like I don't know how to do anything. Seems like everyone else has it all figured out. Walks around all comfortable with themselves. I've been around 3.5 decades. I still haven't finalized my walk and laugh. No, that's not it. Working out the kinks on that. I'm even reluctant when it comes to my marriage. For instance, you know, your wife has friends, and she likes them, and she likes you. That doesn't mean you're going to like each other. You know how they say the enemy of my enemy is my friend? They should also say the friend of my wife is my enemy. God damn you, Joyce. You're an emotional vampire. I have a public service announcement while I'm here. And that is, we don't need any more rustic alternative weddings. They're not an alternative to anything anymore. They all follow the same checklist. From the funny friend who got ordained online, to the donuts in lieu of cake, to the groomsmen in sneakers. Watch out, they're wacky. I don't know what they're gonna... Harlem Globetrotters are up there giving out rings. To the photo booth. Oh, are we at Coney Island or are we at a wedding? I don't know. I've been to so many non-traditional weddings over the last decade and a half that the most punk thing you could do at this point is to get married in a church down the street by a clergyman dressed in a tuxedo with an organist playing you out after a tight 15. If someone had a wedding like that, everyone would talk about it for weeks. Yeah, there were cushioned pews. No one had to sit on fashionably distressed tree stumps in the heat. I didn't have to park behind a barn. It ruled. You guys know about porn? I feel like it's a universal thing. I don't have to explain it much. It's people fucking on film. That's the hook. Porn for me has become like Twitter. It's something I have to check every day to make sure it still disgusts me in the same barely satisfying way. I'm a bit of a, like a researcher. I like to keep tabs on the porn trends. You know, like to check the top 40 charts, see what the kids are listening to. And I've noticed the dominant porn genre does change, but it's just always about taboos. You know, first it was about MILF porn. You have a crush on your friend's mom. I understand that. Then it became about office sex. Oh, got out of the house, got yourself a job. Good for you. Then all of a sudden it switched to banging your realtor. Obvious reaction to the housing crisis. It's just all about taboos is what I'm saying, which is why I'm starting my own porn genre of having sex in the pool 40 minutes after Thanksgiving dinner. So look forward to that on Brazzers. Should have ended on something else, but I will leave you goodbye now.
Keep it going, my man Matt Payton. You know, I really like how he just like mentioned him eating ass and nobody in the front row even flinched. It's like, yeah, that's okay, that's fine. All right, man, this next comment is coming to you all the way from South Carolina. Keep it going for Jake Stewart.
Hi, hello, how are we? Great. My name is Jake Stewart. Let's get into it. I had a weird childhood. That's a realization I had recently. It's a weird thought to have. I don't know if you've ever had that thought. Most of us think that we're growing up the same way the rest of us all grow up. Not the case for me. My parents ran a children's puppet ministry at our church. Connect those words together in your head for a minute. Children's puppet ministry. I grew up on Christian Sesame Street, you guys. I thought that was totally normal. I thought this was a shared experience that all human beings go through in their life. Someone's like, hey, do you want to hang out on Saturday? No, of course not. I have rehearsal for Sunshine Safari in the morning. Sunshine spelled S-O-N because Jesus. Christians love puns. I don't know if you know this. A little secret for you. The best part of this ministry was a series of music albums called Righteous Pop Music, or RPM for those of us in the biz. What RPM was, it was a series of albums where one guy would take old classic 80s rock songs and rewrite them a little bit to be about Jesus now. Like Christian Weird Al, essentially. We'd have like Huey Lewis and the News' classic Power of Love rewritten to be Power of God. That's the only word changed in the whole song. It's the exact same. Don't take money. That's the power of God. All right, man, pass the offering plate. There are hundreds of these songs, you guys, and I know the words to all of them. All of them. Classics like American Woman becoming Samaritan Woman. Prince's Purple Rain became Jesus Reigns. Reigns like a king, like R-E-I-G. It's more of a visual pun for music, which is weird. We had Janie's Got a Gun became Mary's Got a Son. Bohemian Rhapsody rewritten to be Bethlehemian Rhapsody. And that is a mouthful. My favorite, though, was Two Tickets to Paradise, rewritten to be Too Wicked for Paradise. There's a good lesson in that one. My problem now is that I live in this weird dichotomy in my life that when I'm at a party, and I hear like a song, I don't know if I'm about to hear the original version of the song or the Christian version of the song. Because to me, the Christian version is the original version because that's the one that I heard first. I'm at a party and someone's like, hey, crank up the Billy Joel. And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna read the Bible. I did it again. Oh, shit, that's my phone. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to take this. Is that all right? It'll just be... Hello?
Welcome to Verizon's over-the-phone bill pay.
Oh, God damn it.
To pay your bill over the phone with the over-the-phone bill pay, press 1. Please enter your card number.
Okay, just take a minute, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Your over-the-phone payment has been confirmed. Your confirmation code will be read to you in 1 second. 5, 7, 3, 2, 9, 9, 1, 7, 5, 0, 3, 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. A circle. 6, 3, 2. Square root of 125,749. 6, 6, 6. The shape of Montana. 0, 1, 5. A girl walking a dog. 3, 5, 5, 8. Daffy Duck. Donald Duck. Donald Rumsfeld. 2, 8, 8, 4. A left-hand pan turkey. 5, 6, 1, 0, 3, 4, 3. A picture of you writing the sentence I'm speaking now. 7, 3. A really big 6. 1, 0, 3, 4. A horse crossbred with an elephant seal. A seal. Seal the singer. 2, 8, 8, 4. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. 6, 9, 1. A selfie with the audience.
Hold on. We got it. We can get it.
1, 0, 3, 4, and 9. Thank you for using Verizon's over-the-phone bill pay. Your call will now be disconnected. Goodbye.
Okay, sorry about that. We'll get to... I'm out of time. Yep, okay, thank you. Have a good night, guys.
You're going for Jake Stewart. I don't think that was Verizon. I think that was Metro PC. I don't think that was that at all. Guys, this next comic coming up, all of you, he's coming all the way from Boston. Keep it going for Tommy Rico.
Thanks, George. Thank you guys very much. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out tonight. I am Tommy. I am from Boston. And my mother always told me, if you don't have anything nice to say, you're from Boston. Because we're a little aggressive. Tell you a little more about me. I am Latino. which if you had a guess, wouldn't be your first one, would it? If you were trying to figure out who I am and where I'm from, you weren't thinking a Latino from Boston. You were thinking a weatherman from Transylvania. I know. I own a mirror. I can't see my reflection in it, but I own one. Now I'm half Cuban, sort of like Florida. Which also makes me half Latino, sort of like the United States of America. And I know I have to announce to people that I am Latino, and I don't mind because this is how I do it.
Gracias, señoras y señores, y bienvenidos aquí con el cubanito más chistoso del mundo. Soy el fantástico, el magnífico, el puñetazo habanero, Tomasito. That's how I roll. Yeah, thank you. And I don't know what's weirder, the fact that I really do speak Spanish or that is how I actually speak Spanish. A little more about me. I am a married fella. I am married to a woman. Who saw that coming? Not my high school class, I can tell you that. My wife is a feminist, and I am proud of that fact because she could have married any woman, but she picked me. Also, my wife is a successful attorney. I am neither of those words. So when your wife makes all the household money and you get to spend a little on groceries and fantasy football dues, people have questions. And they're not nice questions, like who wears the pants in your family? That's a rude question to ask a man. I wear the pants, but she buys them. And I wash and fold them. And then I get to wear those pants. And when I put them on, sometimes she'll smack me on the ass, and I gotta tell you, I feel pretty. We do have a 3-year-old son who I've been told I helped make. And I'm a first-time dad, and fellas, the only advice I can give you if you're not a dad is this. All you got to do is, like, if you're a dad and you just try to be a good dad, people that see you trying think that you are a great dad because that's how low the bar for fatherhood is set. Just a trying. And here's the thing. My kid is a tough little guy. He doesn't cry very much, so when he does cry, I know it's one of two things. Either he hurt himself or it's toddler Shakespeare in the park. This kid knows how to work me. See, sometimes he cries because he wants to do something he's not supposed to do, or he wants to have something he's not supposed to have, or he's figured out that I'm his real father. There's all kinds of reasons. This kid fakes a cry, and I'm not going to accept that. He is not going to emotionally manipulate me. That's his mother's job. Not going to take it from the kid. So when he fakes a cry, I don't know if this is how you handle it, but this is what I do. I get down to his level. I look him straight in the eyes. And I cry. And I haven't cried since like 1986 when the Red Sox lost the World Series. So I get to let out 30 years of pent-up male emotion through my eye sockets, and the kid learns empathy. It's a win-win. Because I don't care if my son thinks it's okay for a grown man to cry. That is fine. But I'll be damned if I raise an actor. That is not happening in my house. There's only room for one starving artist in the family, and that's me. I'll tell you a little more. My wife and I recently filled out our last will and testament. Yeah, because we're 5 years into marriage and already thinking about death. That's healthy, right? Found out a lot about myself in the process. I have made none of our money. I brought no assets into our marriage. I brought a penis to the relationship, and that was pretty much it. And that thing's got a lot of mileage, some cosmetic damage, and a very low resale value. And I also gave my wife the okay for a do not resuscitate order, and I trust her, but I don't want her to take it too far, okay? Because if I'm in a car accident and I'm brain dead, I want her to pull the plug. That is fine. But if I'm choking at Thanksgiving, I want the Heimlich, please. I don't want to have a throat full of turkey and my wife's holding back my son going, no, it's okay. Daddy suffered enough. Just let him go. More pie for us. It's what he would have wanted. And I know that seems dark. I don't want you guys to think I don't love my wife. I do. I also fear her because I am my wife's second husband. Yeah. I have no idea what happened to that first guy. He could be doing fine. He could be at the bottom of a river. I have no idea. Like, I'm glad that dude is out of the picture. I just don't know if he's out of the picture, is what I'm saying. And my wife knows I tell that joke. And she said, come on, that's not fair. You know he's in Canada. I said, honey, you are not helping.
You might as well just put the word Canada in air quotes and started laughing like the Joker. All right, thank you guys very much. I am Tommy. Rico, back to George Burns. Thank you.
Going for Tommy Rico. This next guy's coming to you all the way from Dallas. Keep your hands going for K9.
Countrywide tour be the outcome. Labels want my name beside an X like Malcolm. Everybody got a deal. I did it without one. Yeah.
What's up, flappers? What's up, man? I like this, man. I just really hope this comedy shit work out for me, because this is it. I don't have a fallback. If this shit don't work out, it's back to the 40 ounces I go. I can't keep a job, man. I got laid off 3 times in 1 year. It got so bad, one of them laid me off like a funeral. Keenan, we sorry for your loss. I said, who died? They said, your job position. And your paycheck will be hosting the funeral. It's tough, man. I know they talking about wives and stuff. I'm trying to get rid of my ex-wife, man. She ain't in here, is she? I thought the whole purpose of having an ex was you ain't got to see their ass no more. I see her more now than I did in the relationship. And I think she know I'm about to blow up because she followed me everywhere I go, man. I moved to Los Angeles, she moved to Los Angeles. I moved to Houston, she moved to Houston. I went to jail, she go to jail. Damn! Now who gonna watch the kids? And on the court day, the judge gonna ask us, what y'all in here for? We didn't even say shit, we just pointed at each other. So he put us both on child support. All we do is exchange paychecks, that's all we do, man. I'm starting to date now, man, and I thought I found the one. She had all the qualities I was looking for. Brains, beauty, and a big booty, man. But there was one thing missing, some lotion. She had some of the ashiest feet I ever saw, man. And I wasn't even trying to look at them. I had dropped my napkin at the dinner table. I said, oh, shit. You don't need on no sandals. You need on some Timberlands. And double time. Feet so ashy, look like she took bubble bath in cigarette ashes. Looked like Sammy Sosa at the feet. Then she had the nerves to want to play footsies. You know, rubbing feet together. Fuck my feet up, man. It felt like my feet was rubbing on the cactus. I jumped out the chair, my feet was looking like Kunta Kinte. I had a walking boot on for 2 weeks and shit, man. And doing a split up, she gonna call me talking about, I'm sorry, but it's against my religion. I said, well, then you need to worship some cocoa butter. And I rebuked them beach volleyball feet. If you're not laughing, I'm probably the one you're talking about. I'm talking about you. It's cool, man. I tried online dating once, man. I just wish the recipients looked more like the advertising pics. You know, before you sign up, you got all these potential mates looking like goddesses. And as soon as you log in, it just looked like a bunch of people with bad credit looking for a cosign. It went from goddesses to Godzilla, click of a button. And if you're going to try online dating, please update your pics, please. We want to know how you look today, not when popcorn was popular, cooked on the stove and shit. You can't be looking like Halle Berry on one pic, and then your next pic look like Precious and shit. You done went from an iPhone to an Android in the same damn pic. Now, I don't know who to text and shit. It's too much, man. Too much going on in the world, man. All this violence and stuff, man. Every time I turn on the news, it's negative. I say, fuck that, man. Let's go back to pimp slapping. Okay, you laughing a little bit too hard over there. Experienced. You remember when pimp slapping was in, though? This world was a better place. Crime was low. We respected one another. You went in the closet, you didn't come out of it yet and shit, man. I remember the first time I got pimp slapped, man, by my grandmama of all people. I was feeling myself, I was getting older, and grandmama said, Keenan, baby, before you go home, I'ma need you to wash these dishes. Something in my gut said, say it, say it. I said, I ain't washing shit. It got real quiet. A dark cloud came over the house. I'm ready to argue with grandmama. She wasn't even in her rocking chair. And she can't even walk. I tilted my head perpendicular to the left. Big ass King Kong hand came out of nowhere with baby powder on it. Wow! When I woke up, I was in college. 2 credits away from graduating. I missed my whole college experience. My grandma slapped me so hard, I didn't know whether to press charges or invite her to the graduation. She slapped me into a doctorate degree and shit. To this day, her tombstone read, "I've slapped away." Well, I am K9, guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
You would swear I had a hit list. Everyone who doubted me is asking for forgiveness. If you ain't been
We're going for K9. Making America great again, one pimp slap at a time. That's what I'm talking about. Bring that shit back. This next comic is an actual local here from LA. Keep your hands going for Erin Thompson.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Yeah, good. I think I need to quit my job, man. Times is tough. I'm a police officer in LA. What's it, the punchline? Don't worry, man. I ain't gonna shoot nobody, man. Nobody black. Everybody else, let me see your hands, man. Let me see your hands. About 14 of y'all are all right. Well, 13, because y'all make one. Drake, what's up, man? No, man, I work in Watts, and I pull, like, all the white people out there, man, because there's only two reasons why white people in Watts. South Central is, they either got a Bible in their hand or some drugs up their ass. I pull all of them. What are you doing here? You don't belong here. Irvine is that way. Man, but I pulled over a guy the other day, and I don't give cell phone tickets because I'm always on the phone. But I put over the guy the other day because he was on the phone just to, talk to him, rap to him. But I got closer to the car, and I said, "Oh, you know why I pulled you over?" He said, "Yeah, because I was on the phone." I said, "No, because you got a flip phone. It's 2017. The hell you got a flip phone for, man?" Man, but see, I get scared to get pulled over by the police still. And I am the police. Soon as I see the lights behind me and hear that chirp, I just, "What you need, officer? The registration in the glove box? I'll get it now." Oh, sorry, too fast. Man, it's crazy out there, man. Because it's tactics mixed with fear, bad tactics mixed with fear. It's a bad outcome sometimes. And you don't want no punk cop. You don't want no cop that's not doing his job, that's hiding in the back when something going on with you. Like, "What you doing back here?" "Hey, he gonna hear us." You don't want that, right? You want somebody that, but I'm from the hood. See, I know what is what. See, I know when somebody mad. So I don't, I think twice. I saw a dude walk in the other day, no shirt on, with a hammer in his hand, like, just walk. I said, "Yo, man, hey. And I stopped because I didn't have the taser. I said, "Where you going with that hammer?" "I'm taking it home," he said. I said, "I believe you. Have a nice day." Man, the craziest thing I ever seen was a suicide on a job. I know you're thinking, like, how you going to make this shit funny? Gun was underneath him. He was slumped over, brain matter on the floor. I'm a professional. It's the first time I ever seen this. So I did what anybody in this room would do. I had to take my phone out and take a picture of this. See, he said, "Jesus. He's with Jesus. Don't worry. He's with Jesus." My partner said, "Get by the body." I was like, "For real?" Get the brain matter in the phone. I said, "Give me my phone, man." Is this a good angle, man? That's why it's crazy at work. That's why you have to have a good partner. And I do. I have a great partner. My partner's gay. Ain't nothing wrong with that, okay? My sister's gay. I made sure that I called her and her wife on Father's Day and wished them happy Father's Day. She said, "Erin, which one you talking to? You so stupid." I said, "The one who wore the strap-on last. That's what I'm talking to." But me and my partner at work, we had, the donor shop. And I don't ask, like, "Are you gay?" You can't do that. No, but you know who is who and what is what at your job. You know, man, right? And we at the donut shop eating. I'm eating my glazed donut, He eating his cream-filled donut with a fork and knife. And he's, "What are we going to do today, Thompson?" He's swiveling. The chairs don't even swivel. I'm like, how you even? But he come in handy because the man, I know this guy got a gun on him, and I'm trying to search, and I can't find it. There's a lot of people around, and he backing people up. Back up, back up. Nice boots. Back up. And he come over here and help me out. Hey, what, partner, I got you. What is this? What is this? Partner, the gun is right here. But what is this? Next time we see that dude, he's like, here the gun, here the knife. Man, before I go, I watch these videos, these YouTube videos, and I sit and watch them because I get scared when I'm watching them because I see these officers shooting these black unarmed men, and I'm like, oh my God, this is real. And I get to, and me and my partner, he's white, we're getting to a man with a gun call. We get out the car, my partner is proning him out. Put your hands up, side step to your right. Come down to your knees. I'm shaking, I'm nervous. He's like, partner, you got it from here? I'm over here like this. My name is Erin Thompson. That's my time. Y'all have a good night.
Keep it going for Erin Thompson, y'all. Guys, we only got a few more comics left. Y'all still with me out there, man? Y'all having a good time? All right, man, this next comic, man, is coming to you all the way from the Bay Area. Keep it going for Burkhart.
One more time for George Burns. Let him hear it, everybody. Come on. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Nice to see ya. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm trying to figure out, like, who I am as a person and stuff. I know I'm not one of these, like, tough and, like, manly guys, you know? Which is tough because, like, girls my age, they don't just want, like, a nice guy. Like, they want the bad boy. Right? Soft dude, they want that guy. Like, they don't want the guy who's like, hey, excuse me, miss. Hey, I think you may have dropped this. Yeah, no, it's okay. Okay, bye. They don't want that guy. They want the guy who's like, hey, did you drop this? Oh my God, that's crazy. I think I just, like, found my soulmate. Like, he's so real. That was so not that guy, though. I wish I was. You know what I want? Here's what I want. I want to get to a point in my life where I can listen to rap and relate. Right? But, like, Drake is my only hope, though. Like, Drake is the only relatable rapper for, like, a normal-looking white kid. Stuff that he's rapping about. I got bitches asking me about the code for the Wi-Fi. I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, I have Wi-Fi. I'm Drake, dude. I'm Drake. Man. I was the least cool kid growing up. I'll never forget my first day of high school. I went to school dressed. Oh, man. I was wearing a Billabong tank top, an upside-down visor, and a puka shell necklace. Of course, I was going to school thinking, like, I'm gonna run this high school, dog. Like, I was into it, but in reality, I looked like I was, like, auditioning for one of those, like, old MTV dating shows. Remember those? Like, Next or whatever. I looked like I was gonna walk into my first period like, hey, what's up? I'm Will, 15, from LA. Hey, yo, this girl's pretty hot. Can't wait to give her some of my willpower. It was geometry. Like, sit down. What are you doing? But as I'm, like, getting older, I'm, like, trying to get a little more, like, tougher and, like, man, I know I'm the jacket. I'm trying too hard, obviously. Like, I've been going to the gym more, but, like, look at me. I don't fit in with the other guys at the gym. Like, I don't have enough leggings or whatever. Or those, hey, what are those, like, those nipple tank top shirt things? These things? What are I don't, not this cut. I'm like, this cut? What are these? Why are we okay with these, by the way? I'm not. I don't want to see your areolas, Brock. With the toe shoes that make no sense. What, are you lifting weight with your feet? Put shoes on. Here's my rule for the gym. If you're bigger than me, don't ask me to spot you. I had one of these idiots come up to me who was benching like 8,000 pounds. Comes up to me, he's like, I'm looking at his nipples.
He's like, hey, bro, gotta get a spot? I'm like, dude, why are you asking me? Like, look at me. Like, I have a thigh gap. You're asking the guy who has a body that girls wish they had? And in my mind, I'm like, dude, even if I did spot this guy and, like, he's lifting all of the weights and, like, something goes wrong, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I'll be a witness as to why Brock is no longer with us. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm trying to be, like, cool and confident. So he asked me, and I was like, no problem, bro, got you. And I'm just panic, thigh gap. And he gets to his last rep, I don't know, bench rep thing, and I gotta spot him, and when I grabbed the bar, I made a noise that, like, I didn't know I could make. I grabbed the bar and I went, huh? Like everyone next to us was like, hey, yo, did someone just knock the wind out of a little girl? I'm Will Burkhart. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Will Burkhart, everybody. It's a nice thigh gap. I just have to say that. It's impressive. All right, man, this next comic, very funny guy coming from Kansas City. Give it up for Reggie Jr. You think, 'cause I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. Get on with the voices inside my head.
What's going on, Burbank? How y'all feeling? Good. I'm having a rough week, man. Real rough. It's coming out of Walmart. And the greeter asked me the most disrespectful question I've ever been asked in my damn life. He goes, young man, has anybody told you that you look like that one football player? What's his name? I said, sir, I look like all of those football players. I said, well, how'd you get big without football? I said, poverty and push-ups, man. Move, I got shit to do. What's wrong with you? Rough, man. I'm doing better now, though. I'm doing a lot better. I was staying in Malibu for a short time. Hold your applause, not as dope as it sounds. Because everybody assumes you got money when you tell them you live in Malibu, especially women. I told this girl where I live. She started blinking like something was in her eyes. She's like, oh, my God, that is beautiful. Thank you, Jesus. So, he is a waymaker. What kind of place you got in Malibu? I was like, don't worry about all that. You'll see when you come over tonight. Take down the address. It's 1998 Chevy Malibu. It's going to be a white sedan sitting right by the freeway. Disrespectful. Moved out here, man. I had to start setting realistic goals for myself, man. Because, you know, everybody want to move out here and be a movie star, be famous. I just wanted to get out of debt. That's all I want. I owe so much money in student loans, they stopped calling my phone and just follow me on Twitter. Then they call me late at night trying to punk me into giving up the cash. Like, sir, are you aware we can garnish as much as $1,500 a month from your checking account? I said, sir, are you aware that I don't have a checking account? He's like, no, we weren't before our records. Who are you currently banking with? I said, currently, I'm banking with First Mattress Mutual. They help me stay on top of my money. Still didn't get it. He's like, what kind of account do you have at First Mattress Mutual? The Tempur-Pedic account, sir. Switch it to a memory foam savings later. Everybody getting over on us, man. Everybody. I feel like the organic food industry is getting over on everybody right now. They rough on everybody's pockets, especially at like Whole Foods. Because they can just put the word organic on anything at this point, and people will buy it because it says organic. But let me ask y'all a question. If you didn't grow that shit yourself, how in the hell do you know if it's organic food? You don't. You taking their word for it. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to start slapping organic labels on stuff that you know good and goddamn well ain't organic, but you're going to buy it because it has the labels on it. You're going to be at Arco pumping your gas and getting your snacks, right? Yeah, let me get a 20 on pump 5 and a bag of those organic Cheetos over there, please. Just
No, the hummus and kale flavored ones. Yeah, bring those down. And when did kale become a real vegetable? Can somebody please help me out with that? I never heard of kale prior to 2010. Never heard of it. We had poor people vegetables in my neighborhood. Corn, peas, carrots, that's it. Never heard of kale. First time I heard of kale as a child growing up, he was doing a show with Keenan on Nickelodeon. I'm a big fan of rap music. I don't like, but like 90s and 2000s rap, early 2000s. I don't like a lot of this new stuff, man. Because it's not about being good at rap anymore. It's about dressing as weird as possible with no musical talent. Like, you can't dress like my aunt going to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert and not be dope at your job. I'm sorry. That doesn't make me a hater. And I'm always getting into it with younger cats online. It's like, oh, you a hypocrite because Prince wore high heels and makeup on stage. Y'all don't say nothing about him. First of all, little boy, Prince played 21 instruments on his first goddamn album. You can't even name 21 instruments. And I'm not even a big Prince fan, but Prince might have been the illest dude to ever walk the face of the goddamn earth. This dude could sing, he could dance, he played basketball, he looked like Halle Berry. I mean, come on, man. Prince was like a lesbian with a real dick. I mean, this dude was amazing. The government had to kill him. They had no choice, you know? He had too much going for himself. I'm in my 30s now, man. That's getting weird. I had my first official old-ass man moment the other day. That was fun, though. It was fun, because this is what happened. I seen these kids fighting on my block, and I broke up the fight using just the power of my voice. That's grown man shit. Because when you a lion and the cubs scatter, dog, oh, my God, that shit feels so good. I didn't even come off the porch good. I seen them fight. I was like, hey, y'all cut that bullshit out. So I rubbed my ribs for no fucking reason. All old black men rub their ribs for no goddamn reason. And I don't want the old high black booty going on either. Start walking like Magic Johnson and shit. And you know you old when you can't pivot no more. You can't pivot no more. It take you 8 steps to turn around. Hey, mister, screw you. Who talking shit over there? Hold on one second. All right, guys, it's my time, man. Reggie Jr.
Keep it going, man, for Reggie Jr. All right, man, this next comment's coming all the way from Long Beach. Keep it going for Steve. Hi, y'all.
I'm a bad Californian. No, I don't get this local food thing that everybody's into these days. You're only supposed to eat food that's grown in the county where you live. I live in L.A. County. The only thing we grow are egos. And I don't get the superfoods thing. Superfoods, I thought that was a new Marvel film. Superfood, the edible Avenger. No, but you know what these superfoods are, right? I mean, somebody said you gotta have chia seed. I've seen what happens when you put it on a chia pet. No thanks. And then someone else said quinoa instead of rice. Quinoa is better for you than rice. It's just like rice. It is nothing like rice. You cannot put sushi on quinoa. And I said, what the hell is quinoa anyway? So I Googled it, right? Quinoa is a close relative of tumbleweed. I've never looked at a tumbleweed and said, what does that taste like? Of course, the big one is kale. We've already heard kale, right? Kale, 1 million vitamins and 30 calories per cup. At least that's what we think. Nobody's eaten a full cup of the shit. And you cannot get away from it. I went to an Italian restaurant. I ordered a Caesar salad. They had kale on it. I'm like, no. Caesar is romaine lettuce. Romaine as in Caesar is from Rome. The waiter said, well, this is healthier for you. I'm in an Italian restaurant. I'm having pasta with cream sauce. Oh, gosh. I'm also a bad Californian. I have exactly 1 IMDb credit as an extra in a gay comedy murder mystery web series. You can't make that up, I promise you. So I was prisoner number 3. as one of the main characters walks by my cell, I'm supposed to, how do I want to put this? I'm supposed to spooge on him. They filmed it in slow motion and everything. I got to ruin the movie magic. I did have stunt cum. Well, after the shoot, after we finished the scene, the director thanked me for being wonderfully disgusting. I didn't know what I should do at that point, but for some reason I thought I should have a cigarette. I don't know. I do have a day job. I write software. Software and comedy, people say, how do they go together? Well, there is one thing that I found very interesting. When you tell people you do comedy, they always have the same reaction. They always say, tell me a joke. When you write software, you tell people you write software, they always want to tell you a joke. And the joke goes like this. Can you fix Windows for me? Just cracks me up every time. Microsoft can't fix Windows for you. The thing is, though, nobody does that with other professions. If somebody says they're a banker, you don't say, give me a loan. If they say they're a teacher, you don't say, well, teach me something. If they say they're a cop, you don't say, well, handcuff me. Okay, I have done that. I've been with my husband for 27 years now. Thank you. We figured that out, that is 54 in straight years. Or if there's any other gay people in the audience, that's as long as Cher's been doing farewell tours. But we still have like impossible questions. We were on vacation and he said, honey, have I always been this fat? Yeah. Can't answer that one, can you? Have I always been this fat? Oh, I paused a little too long. And I said, you're just the right size for me, dear. He dressed like a cop that night. But we also have disconnects. We were climbing into bed, and I said, honey, I took a Viagra. He said, honey, I took an Ambien. I'm Steve Heil, thank you.
You bring me to my knees, you make me testify.
Going for Steve Heil. I didn't even know porn could come in a web series format. I didn't know. It's episodic. Like season 2, season 3. All right. This next comment is coming to you all the way from Ventura. Keep it going for Jorge Riverol.
Guys, let's talk about pot. You guys pot smokers out there? Ah, good for you guys. I'm so jealous. Guys, I'm not. I'm terrible at it. Guys, I'm so jealous of you guys because you guys look so cool to me. I have pot smoking friends, and just seeing them just circled around behind the building like they're ditching school, but they're in their 20s. I'm just I want to be that, but guys, I can't. The last time I smoked pot, I went crazy, and then I almost had a heart attack. And the thing is, it's weird because that's embarrassing, and I'm like, what if I die? What if I die and have a heart attack? People are going to talk. They'll be like, did you hear about Jorge? Yeah, smoked pot, had a heart attack. What? That does the opposite. I'm glad he's dead. Glad he's dead. Ugh, we don't need people like that here. He's harshing my mellow. I'm so high. Ugh. Me trying to get high and have a good evening of it, it's like trying to breed pandas, you guys. Also, my sex life sucks. Me trying to have sex and have a good evening of it is like trying to breed pandas, you guys. Guys, I'm a panda. I need to be properly enticed. By the way, panda's the perfect animal to suffer sexual incapabilities. Because it just makes them more adorable. It's oh my God, they don't even know how to mount each other. They're just falling around. It's oh, they don't want to have sex. They're just lazy eating bamboo. Oh, that's so adorable. Let's make fun of them. Hey, panda, show me how to finger bang a lady. And they'll be like, we don't know what that is. Exactly. You really don't want the opposite, though. You don't want a panda going up to you. It's hey, Jorge, I'm like, all right, Panda. You're getting it in. We get it. You don't gotta rub it in. Guys, going back to me smoking pot. One of the things about pot, I mean, this happens to other people. This one's relatable. I feel like a genius, and I feel like I'm coming up with new shit, but I'm not. Like, for example, I was on a cabin with a lady, and it was a romantic evening, and she was like, I'm gonna cook us dinner, hit this joint, get high, put on some music, we'll have sex inside each other later. And I'm like, great. So, I take a few hits, and I'm like feeling it instantly, and I just grab a CD, and Miles Davis is playing. I've never really, it was a random pick, and it's all like, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is so cool. Oh my God, this is exciting. I can't wait to go back into town and tell people that marijuana and jazz music go so well together. I'm gonna blow people's minds. Guys, the 1930s, people figured that out. I'm late to the game. It's so embarrassing. But lastly, me and that lady, yeah, we made love inside each other. It was wonderful. But it was in the jacuzzi. Who's had jacuzzi sex here? Anybody? Good, no, because it's a disgusting act. It's dirty. First of all, you see the movie Showgirls where they're having sex in the pool. She's writhing around like a dolphin that's been harpooned. It's not like that at all. If anything, it's slow moving because you have to go with the power of the ocean. In fact, good thing if you have a small to mediocre penis, the power of the ocean just gets all in there, and it's like you got the might of Poseidon behind you, and you're just tearing things up, and you feel like a god. But it also feels like you're doing Tai Chi, except if it's Tai Chi where you both get UTIs. Guys, I ate a whole jar of cranberry sauce to get better. You know what? Didn't work. I don't think that's how it works. Have a good night, everybody. I'm Jorge Riverol.
Jorge Riverol. Nigga, what strain of weed are you smoking? So I can figure out what not to get. Very funny stuff, man. Let's keep it going, man. This is the last comic of the night, man. I need y'all to give a lot of energy. Last but not least, coming from Dallas, keep it going for Justin Foster, everybody.
Is that how long the show's been? You guys are just done clapping? You're like, all right. We clapped our last clap 12 comics ago. 19 more left, you guys. There's 19 more left. Good to see. Oh, right. They put the ball guys right up front. Awesome. 2 of you guys right there. Oh, shit. There's 3 of us. All right. That's awesome. That's good. Huh? Oh, my God. Now it's a meeting. All right. Now this is weird. This is weird. You guys don't have any tiki torches on you right now, do you? Because that would be weird. All right. This side of the room watches the news. Good for you guys. Happy to be here. I'm originally from the South. I'm from Texas. Thank you. You just now got that joke. God damn it. You guys from Texas over there? Yeah? What part? Dallas. Me too. That's awesome. I just got back from there. I brought my girlfriend home. She was complaining. She goes, I thought there'd be more guns here. It's the South. I just thought there'd be more guns here. I'm like, yo, you're from Detroit. You know what I mean? Like that's what they're known for, guns and insane clown posse. Those are the only 2 things. I have a weird Southern family. My mom's been married and divorced 5 times. Let's give it up for that, you guys. Let's give it up for that. Thank you. Do you guys know what it's like sending Happy Father's Day as a mass text? Anybody do that before? Anybody have to do that? And your dad responds, new phone. Who is this? Like, oh, that's weird. Just moved in with my girlfriend. She called me a hypocrite the other day, you guys. She called me a hypocrite. She's like, you're a hypocrite. I was like, really? You literally have a degree in environmental law that's printed on a piece of paper. Cute frame. What is that, birchwood? I took my girlfriend trying to be a nice guy. I'm sober. I'm 4 years sober from drugs and alcohol. And thank you very much. Wow. They usually boo me for this, so thank you guys for clapping. Usually I quit drinking, and they're like, boo! I'm like, no, I'm in recovery. I had a problem. Pussy! Like, what? Like, thanks for the support, Dad. Which one? I have no idea. It's weird. I feel that I'm sober, like everything, I spent so many years trying to die. Like, now that I'm sober, I think that everything's just trying to kill me. You know, like I have these friends that are like adrenaline junkies and shit. Like that's not for me, right? I had a buddy, he paid $1,200 to go swimming with sharks. I'm like, is life not scary enough? Like, you're not gonna swim with sharks. Go return a red box past 1 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, that shit is terrifying. Like, I saw on the news the other day, a guy got stabbed at Forever 21. Are you kidding me? That means his wound has better stitching than anything inside of Forever 21. You guys understand that, right? He was on the news. You know how horrible it is for people to find out that you shop at a Forever 21? Life is scary, man. I try to do things with my girl. I try to be a good boyfriend now. Like I took her to a vegan festival recently. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I know. And I know I look very sick. I'm not a vegan. I know that I look like Michael Stipe with AIDS, but I am not a vegan. I don't know if there's any vegans or vegetarians in the audience tonight. I don't mean to offend. The only thing I don't like about you guys is how everything is fake. Everything was fake there, like they were trying to. Everything was in quotes, right? Like they were being sneaky, right? Like you're not fooling anybody. Like we had mac and cheese. We had chicken and waffles. My girlfriend's like, "You're miserable, aren't you?" I was like, "No, baby, I'm having a great time. Super fun, super fun, super fun." I tried to pay with Monopoly money at one point. They're like, "This is fake. How does it feel?" Don't lie to me. Just tell me it's all vegetables. Just tell me that. I'm fine with that. Like, meat eaters don't do that. You don't go to a restaurant like, how's your broccoli? It's delicious. It's 99% meatballs. Animal rights activists, man. That's what she is. And they do a lot of good things, right? But they also do a lot of shitty things, man, these animal rights activists. You guys got the circus shut down. Decades of entertainment. You got it shut down. You proud of yourself? You just released thousands of carnies back into the wild. Is that what you want? A bunch of clowns with nothing but free time on their hands. It's terrifying. I am afraid of flying. That's my biggest fear. Anybody else afraid of flying in the audience? Yeah, me and 2 girls. Awesome. People that I sit next to, they find out I'm afraid of flying. They try to give me like advice, right? Like, you're more in danger of dying on your way to the airport. I'm like, well, stop putting airports in the shittiest parts of town. I sat next to a guy recently, and there was turbulence, and I was like shaking. He goes, "Don't worry, dude. Turbulence isn't going to crash this plane. This plane's not going to crash." I was like, "Will you stop saying plane crash?" He goes, "The only way this plane's going to crash is if the pilot takes it down himself." I'm like, "Great, now I got to also worry about depressed pilots? I got to get on a flight and see what kind of day they're having." I got on a flight recently. I swear to God, the pilot had a white band right here where a wedding band used to be. I was like, nope. I'm walking to Des Moines. My name is Justin Foster. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
We're going for Justin Foster, everybody. Hey, look, man, this is my favorite part of the show. For you guys being such a great audience, we are giving away prizes. And everybody's table, there's a raffle on there. All you have to do is fill that information out, give it to the front desk out here at the doors. Guys, give a round of applause for